This is the recording of the lesson that took place on Thursday, August 27th. So in this lesson, we're just going to do an introduction to social studies class, tell you a little bit of how things are going to work for social studies, and then we're going to move on to the assignment that you have today. So with social studies, we are going to continue using the Studies Weekly's newspapers. You guys hopefully have used these newspapers in the past in 4th grade. With each Studies Weekly newspaper, you will be responsible for reading the articles that are included in each given newspaper, and you'll also be responsible for completing a study guide. All the study guides will be posted onto your Social Studies Google Classroom site every Tuesday, and then they will be due by Friday at midnight. When completing your study guide questions, you may use your Studies Weekly to help you. And while we are doing virtual learning, we will not be having our social studies tests as we normally would on Fridays. Your only grade that you'll be receiving for social studies every week is your study guide. To log into your Studies Weekly online, you want to go to your NC Ed Cloud. If you don't already have a way to get to NC Ed Cloud, what I do is just open up an internet tab and I Google search NC Ed Cloud, and it's the first link that pops up, and it will take you to the page that you see in the picture on the left side of my screen. Once you're here, you want to log in with your SchoolNet information. Your username is going to be that big long student ID number that you have, and then you type in your password. If you happen to need your student ID number or password to log into this NC Ed Cloud account, please email me and I will give it to you. Once you log in, you will see a screen similar to the one shown, and you want to click the blue C for the Clever. You want to go to Clever. Once you get to Clever, you will see the red Studies Weekly app. You want to click that, and then you will be brought to this page where all of the grade levels for Studies Weekly will be shown. You want to scroll all the way down to the bottom of this page, and you want to click grade 5 since you are in 5th grade. When you click that, all of the Studies Weeklies for 5th grade will open up, all of the weeks. You want to make sure when you're clicking the Studies Weekly for each week, you're being careful to click the right one. You can look at the name of the newspaper. I will always tell you the name, and I will also tell you the week number. We will be going in order of the week number. So next week we will begin with week 1, and then we'll move on to week 2, and then 3, and so on. The week number on your Studies Weekly online is right in the gray area on the side. That's where my arrow is pointing. You can always use that to make sure you're clicking the correct newspaper. Once you made it into the newspaper for the week, all of the names of the articles that are part of that newspaper will be shown on the left side. You are responsible for reading all of the articles each week. Some cool tips: if you click the name of the article, it will appear on the right side of the screen, and at the top it has a play button. If you click the play button, it will read aloud the whole article to you. Some of the articles also have extra resources such as videos that you can watch, and it may have a button that says explore more. This button has other resources like a little bit more readings or videos or games that you can play that are on the given topic of the article. You don't have to watch the video and explore more, but it might be helpful to do to understand more about what the article is talking about and to then help you fill out your study guide questions. If you need a tutorial again on how to access your Studies Weekly online, if you go to this video, I will go through step by step on my screen of, again, how to go through Clever to access your Studies Weekly online. So just remember with social studies, study guides will be posted as an assignment on your social studies Google Classroom site every Tuesday. They are then due every Friday by midnight. They are taken as your grade. And Studies Weekly newspaper can be found on Clever, and always make sure you are looking at the correct week. Moving on to how to make a Google slide. For today's social studies assignment, you will be making an About Me Google slide that you will then turn into me, and I will put all of the slides together for all of the students in our class, so we have a little About Me introductory Google slide for our class. So just some really important buttons on Google Slide to help you make your slide that you get. Over on all the way on the left, if you would like to add a slide, you can just hit that plus button. Also with that plus button, the little down arrow has the different formats of slides that you can add. Right next to that plus button, the little arrow that looks like it's going back is the undo button. That is really helpful if there's some mistake that you made on your slide that you want to take away. That undo button will just take away the very last thing that you added or did to your slide. To add a text box to include some words and to type words, there is a little box with a T inside of it that my arrow is pointing to. That will add a little text box so you can write and type words. To change the background of your slide, you just want to simply click the background button. In order to get the background button to show, make sure you just are on a blank slide. Changing the background might want to be the first thing that you do. Once you click that background slide, you can either make your slide a solid color, or you can choose an image off of your computer or the internet to make as your background. Last but not least, there are some backgrounds that are already created through Google Slides. These are what they call themes. If you click theme, they will show you the different types of backgrounds with the fonts already included that you can click from and use. Once you have added your text box and you're ready to type, you can change the font style or the lettering of your words by clicking where my arrow is showing where it says Arial. That is a type of font. If you click that down arrow, you can change the fonts to the different ones included in Google Slides. Also, you can change the font size by right next to where the font style is, the numbers. It has a minus sign, a plus sign. If you click the minus sign, it will make your font smaller. If you click the plus sign, it will make the font larger. You can also click the number and just use the sizes that are already listed in the drop-down menu that will appear when you click the numbers. To add some details to your slide, you can add pictures by clicking the image that my arrow is pointing for insert a picture. Again, you can insert a picture from your computer, or you can insert a picture off of Google. You can also insert different shapes by clicking the shape button that my arrow is pointing to. It's right next to the insert picture slide. They have many different types of shapes. They have circles, squares, hearts, stars, arrows. They have a whole bunch that you can play with. Once you click the shape, you then want to just click and drag to the size that you want it to be on your slide. Here is a quick little video to help you go over the things that I just did with how to work your Google Slides, like changing the fonts, adding shapes or pictures. You can watch that little video and I'll go straight through it with you. The directions for your assignments are listed here. Your job again is just to create an All About Me slide that you'll share with me, and I'll put it together to create a class all about me so you can learn some new things about the students in your class. These are the requirements that we ask that you include on your slide, and these are the minimum requirements. If you want to add more of any of these, you are more than welcome to. So we do ask that you have at least 2 different types of fonts on your slide, just 2 different types of styles. Your font size, make sure is big enough to read. We suggest your font size is at least 18 or higher. That's just the size number. Make sure you include at least 1 picture. Again, if you want to include more, you're more than welcome to. Maybe a picture of you, your family, or a picture of something that you like. Also include at least 1 goal that you have for this year. That goal may be a personal goal, like you want to try to have clean your room at least twice a week, or it could be an academic goal, such as you would like to have at least all A's and B's on your next report card. And last but not least, try to include at least 3 interesting things about yourself. This may be some hobbies that you enjoy doing, some cool facts about yourself that maybe people don't know, just something that would be interesting for you to tell the other kids in your class. Also, just be sure to add color and creativity to your slide. We want this to be fun and to make it your own. Here are just some examples that Miss Woodard made. You could have a simple slide like this. She's included the pictures of where she likes to go. She has a picture of pizza and a book showing me that she likes to read, and she's got her 3 interesting facts, her birthday, her hometown, and her favorite food. This is also a different example with this one. She did change the background of her slide, and she included her goal to at least run 3 miles without stopping. Wow, what a goal. And here's the final one, just again, a different example of how you could design your slide. I hope you have fun with it. I can't wait to see them.